flies ride swerving down here. I promise my money ain't hurting out here. I got it wrapped like a turban down here. I got them trap boys serving down here. Got cars, got clothes, got fame. Got bars, got flows, got game.
Welcome to our first episode of New Item Alert. All right. So the new item alert for this week is the collared cotton polo sweater. All right. It's a cotton linen blend, 85% cotton and 15% linen. It comes in 5 wonderful colors, as you can see here. It comes in sizes from extra small to 2X. All right. Now, this particular piece is a sweater. Okay. It is not a shirt, as some people, I think, in some of the reviews that were left were confused by. It is a sweater. Now, it is a short sleeve sweater, which means it's not necessarily equipped for layering. It's a short sleeve polo collared sweater. All right. The material is very thin. It's very lightweight. All right. So it's something that you're going to be wearing in the spring and summer. Now, certain colors are almost see-through. All right. Certain colors are almost see-through. So you want to make sure that you have the proper colored A shirt to wear underneath so that your skin will be complemented or hidden, shall I say. All right. But this piece, I styled it very nicely. I ended up buying 3 of them. 2 of this particular one with the Johnny collar, and 1 of the 2 cashmere offerings that they have. Now, the cashmere offering has the regular collar. All right. It has the regular collar with the buttons on a placard. All right. But other than that, it's the same premise, except for obviously it's cashmere. So it's a little bit thicker than the seated stitched cotton linen blended one that we'll be featuring here today. The cashmere one is slightly heavier in weight, but not very much. So I would still recommend not trying to layer it. I bought that one in a navy. There's also a boating khaki hued one that I plan on grabbing as well. All right. But for me, because I'm not a huge polo shirt guy, these sweaters are going to be perfect for any outings that I may have during the spring and summer. All right. They're going to be perfect for me. All right. So I definitely wanted to get them featured today so that you guys could really see them and take a look at it and see how it's styled and go from there. All right. Let's go. Now, the first thing you notice here is this, what is called seed stitched yarn. Okay. This type of stitching gives this 85% cotton, 15% linen sweater a type of rugged feel to the hand, almost like to be honest, almost like a barley corn. But obviously it is nowhere near as thick as your typical barley corn tweed would be. All right. So as far as serving its purpose as a spring summer sweater, the look itself lends to something masculine, in my opinion. But the material and the weight is super lightweight. All right. Now, I did do, because we aren't doing any layering with this sweater, I did do a bandana, but any type of bandana or scarf tied around the neck will give it that somewhat masculine look and even lend to some form of layering as far as the actual look. All right. Now, this particular collar is called a Johnny collar. All right. And a Johnny collar is a small flat knit collar with a short open V-neck. All right. And most of the times it does resemble a polo shirt, but as you can see, it does not have buttons on the placard. All right. There is one button under here, and that's the enclosure for it. Now, I will tell you up front that particular enclosure, once closed, it just makes the sweater look like more like a polo shirt. It just closes it up like you would if you buttoned all the buttons on the placard of a polo shirt. Me personally, it will never happen with my sweater. All right. But the Johnny collar is a great look here. It gives it a look of sophistication, but it also, to me, leans toward the idea that this is a spring item. All right. As you can see, the collar here is tipped in white. I think that is one of the reasons why on the website they did decide to go with white slacks or pants or even shorts with the various looks that they had on the website. But we at Seamless Style went a little bit different. All right. As you can see on the waist here, the waist is it is ribbed at the waist because, again, it's a sweater. Instead of white, which I have plenty of, and I'm not against the white, I wanted something a little different. So I went with navy shorts. I went with pleated shorts because I feel like it gives it just a little more of a dressier look. All right. Now, as far as footwear is concerned, the options are plentiful. For the purpose of this episode, I went with espadrilles. All right. I wanted something that was going to be ideal as far as no socks. I wanted something that was going to be ideal as far as comfort. I wanted something that was going to add a little more color without being overbearing to the overall look. Because the featured piece is the textured polo collared sweater. All right. So I went with the espadrilles plaid base with the iconic crest on the vamp. That is our look. We only actually have on a total, including the bandana, we only have on a total of 4 pieces here. All right. But it's an amazing look. It's a Ralph Lauren look. It represents spring, summer. Finish this look off with a cap if you want to. Me personally, I will not. I will probably have on a nice pair of Ralph Lauren sunglasses. Okay. But other than that, man, this piece, something that you might have easily scrolled by looking on the website, is actually a wonderful wear now piece. It is currently on the website at $125, if I'm not mistaken. All right. As you saw earlier, there are reviews that have been left. You take the reviews with a grain of salt. All right. I left a review as well. And in my review, I recognize that this is a polo sweater, not a polo shirt. The reviews that I saw kind of made me feel like the gentleman that left the review were mistakenly thinking that the sweater was a shirt, because they were saying that it wasn't wide enough, wasn't long enough. So their basic critique was that it didn't fit true to size. Well, it actually does. I tried on all 3 of mine. They fit true to size because, again, I knew I was buying a sweater. I knew I was buying a short sleeve polo collared sweater, which is not necessarily meant for layering. It's a spring summer piece. So I don't expect it to be super baggy. All right. But you take that with a grain of salt. All right. You do with it what you will. And that concludes our first episode of New Item Alert. We featured the textured polo collared sweater. All right. Great option for your spring and summer wardrobe. And always remember, artists paint pictures, haters paint narratives. Y'all have a good one.